Okay, so it is now day 2/3. Last night we ended up going to a dinner very quickly, so I got to Koenigsegg and then that was it. So we are now going to carry on from there, and we're also going to go see a rather exciting car and meet some interesting people as well. And I've heard Carlos Sainz is here, so we probably won't end up seeing him, but if we do, something part of the vlog. So let's get to Brabus. So Brabus have obviously brought along some pretty crazy stuff. They've got this G-Wagon, another G-Wagon, don't know the difference, another G-Wagon, but green with the orange interior, which I love. But we're going to ignore those, and we are going to go over to here to see A, their classic department, and B, that thing. So here is the 800 XLP Adventure Brabus G-Wagon. Well, I would actually say this thing's bigger than a 6x6 in terms of general height. I can't even fit it in the frame. It's on massive springs. It's also got this really cool tent rear setup. It's got fuel cans, not that 20 litres would be enough to even start this thing, but anyway, loads of carbon bits, typical Brabus. Quite a cool little one-man tent. These wheels that are just colossal, I mean, yeah, really big. And then moving on, we've got the 280 SE 3.5 from Brabus Classic. Brabus actually have a classic department where they do restore old school Mercedes. We actually had one at our place. If you want to see that car, click down below. That will take you to our Help for Heroes Day where Brabus bought some cool cars. And then you've got this, which I'm actually not 100% sure what it is. So I guess we'll have to go around to the back to find out. Okay, so it's an 800. I don't know what Brabus 800 is, but I've just seen this sign, Masterpiece. Constant Bushman, I don't know what that means, but very cool. It's got a wild interior. Look how blue that interior is. Big old rails, love them. Anyway, let's move on to the next stand. So the Singer stand then, and this thing is special. The DLS. I believe this is now Singer's flagship car. Obviously featuring lots of things from the Williams team, such as I believe engine work, and I know some aerodynamics work. This thing is wild. Now look at that white exhaust. How cool is that? I've got a few friends who've got these coming, and I'm hoping to get them on the channel as soon as they're delivered. I think there has been a couple of cars delivered. Don't know if there's been some delivered to the UK yet, but I was chatting with the Singer guys just a few weeks ago, and they were explaining all about their delivery schedules and saying this car is really taken off. So hopefully we'll see some more of these on the road fairly soon. So then on to the Aston Martin stand, featuring their V12 Speedster. Obviously this thing was built to compete with the likes of the SP1, SP2, the Elva, but with true Aston Martin styling. Big V12, I believe they're all automatic yet, but a really cool looking interior. F18 fighter jet, we like that. This thing was originally seen at Goodwood. Well, I've only ever seen this car at Goodwood. But there's certain bits of it, like I like the fact that they've got the helmets. Very similar design to the custom helmets for the Vulcans when they were new as well. So very cool to see this, but I want to head over to there. So one of the main hypercars of the show then, and also one of the newest things from Aston Martin, the Valkyrie Spyder. The car currently has its soft top roof on. What's quite interesting to see though, it's actually a carbon structure, a lot like the Dallara Stradale, which is over there, which we'll go see in a sec. This car is obviously not new in terms of what they've done, but they've changed it so that you can either have a standard Valkyrie or a Valkyrie AMR Pro, I believe, or a Spyder. So I suppose the Spyder is for more relaxed driving, but I don't think you could ever say driving a Vulcan would ever be relaxed. I mean, that rear diffuser, look at that. Just, I can't wait to see these things on the road. It's going to be wild. Then you've got such things as the Vantage DBS, and then this very pretty Aston Martin Works DB4 GT. This is very pretty. I believe this was featured on Top Gear as well, so nice to see that. So Auto Fabrica have got a stand here. I can personally say I've never heard of them, but they do make some wicked looking bikes. I mean, look at these, proper like cafe racers sort of things. I'm hoping to get over to BAC to show you there are, but at the moment they've got a few customers there, so we're going to wait over there. But I know not enough to talk about them, so let's move on to Gembala. This is the new Gembala. A lot of you may have seen this online. It's based on a 911 something. I want to say a turbo, but it's had a load of work done to it to make it quite something. Project Sandbox, look at that. Oh, that would be so cool to have. Akrapovic exhausts, massive off-road wheels, and like proper big off-road wheels. manual gearbox, I think. It might be a PDK, no, there might be a PDK with a manual shifter on it. No, it is auto because you can see the paddles. Yeah, as I said, I don't know too much about this car, but this is also very cool, the Spectre Mini, but we're going to have a little chat about that in a little bit. So because this is all AstroTurf, look at this. Ow! So if you want to see two of the craziest cars of this show, how about those then? The McLaren F1 and the McLaren P1 GTR. This is actually a road-going car. This car is owned by one of the people who actually run this event, and I don't know about the F1. Oh, that's an F1 from Joe Macari, so it's wicked to see that, but let's head over here. So stepping onto the Bugatti stand then, we have the Chiron Sport, we have the Chiron Per Sport, we have a 300 plus in this wonderful looking orange and black spec. The orange and black continue on the interior, what a cool thing. So this is obviously now known as the Super Sport, I think. It says on the nameplate, but very cool to see. And then the Bolide, the new almost vision race car from Bugatti. So the Bolide then featuring this crazy X design headlights. This is a track-only hypercar. It has an absurd amount of downforce, a crazy amount of horsepower. I know not too much about it, but I know it still has the Chiron engine, but tweaked to, like, taken to billions more. This wicked X-wing design. You can see where the lights crossover and a rear, well, like almost like a top-mounted rear wing. I don't know if it's got active aero, but judging by that, it might be, although it does look fixed, so unsure at the moment. Very cool to see this. I think this is the first and the only Bolide in the country, in the world at the moment, but I know there are a few people who have got them coming. In fact, I met someone last night with one, so pretty crazy there. So stepping onto the Tuthill Porsche stand then, these two are very special. The Rothmans Porsche off-road, like Dakar looking car. This was actually in the desert a few days ago, racing around, going crazy. So that was, unfortunately I wasn't here, that was the day we got here. But over to this car is going to be seen a lot. This car is Ken Block's Tuthill Porsche race car that he is going to do, take it through the desert and all of that sort of thing. So it's very cool to see it here first, before he even got his hands on it. So I'm sure it'll look pretty different by the time it's been raced by him, but nevertheless very cool to see indeed, and you can certainly see the resemblance between the two. So stepping on then, seeing the all-new Ghost Black badge. This is the more powerful, obviously fully blacked out version of the new addition to the Rolls-Royce line. This car featuring obviously a white and black theme, very typical of the first few black badges. They want to highlight the fact that there is no chrome, so the surrounding of the brake lights, and basically everywhere you'd see chrome. I actually really like this spec. I'm still unsure on people who would want a Rolls-Royce black badge, if they want it just because they want the higher level of Rolls-Royce, or if they want it for a sports car, because I have driven a few of these new Ghosts, and they are exceptional. Would I go so far to say it was like MX-5 throwing around corners? Not quite, but very cool to know that you've got more power than the other guy in a normal Ghost. And we are back with the Valkyrie Spyder. This car is just a prototype, it's not running, but I wanted to focus on the roof and on the interior. So this car, as standard, comes with this almost T-bar shaped roof, so that obviously gives you protection if you don't want the roof off. But they're also going to show us how they take it off, and then we're going to hop inside to have a little look in the interior. So that is it with the roof off then. Simply just the T-bar carried away with one man, obviously not heavy, but now we have the full convertible of the Valkyrie. So let's hop in and have a look. Okay, so as this is the only Valkyrie Spyder and they're told me to be very careful, I have my shoes off and we're going to take a quick step in. Much like most old race cars, we've got to step on the seat first, but I'm going to be very careful. So, without ripping the old trousers, I have just eaten, so this may not be the best way of doing it. Oh wow, okay. So instantly, actually, as much as there's not much space, everything molds around you. Like, this is fascinating. I am not the smallest of people. I'm probably not the demographic in terms of size for people in this car, but everything is exactly how it should be. This is perfect steering position. You can probably raise and lower the steering. The rear view mirror, you know, you've got the cameras, they fit perfectly, but you're now going to come into my hands and have a little look inside the interior. So on the inside of the Valkyrie then you have the two either side cameras, which are for the reversal, or for the wing mirrors effectively. Then this is the rear view mirror, but for some reason, obviously because it's a convertible, they can still use this, but then all you get is a whopping air intake from the back. Steering wheel, you've got the neutral button, launch control, you've got ERS, you've got raise up and down, obviously very important for a car like this, especially in England. Right and left indicators on most race cars, they are on the steering wheel. And then you've got, well, obviously I'm not sure, wipers, the stuff that you have to have on normal road cars. The paddles on each side. Yeah, it's a very simple but yet very well thought out interior, I must say. And with these doors have got a small window, nice little leather patch. Yeah, it's fantastic. Right, so getting out of the Valkyrie then. There we go. Still easier than 90% of race cars I get out of. Yeah, it's not built to be easy. It's not an S-Class, it's a race car. So, yeah, just really surprised the spaciousness of the interior. I mean, yes, okay, if you had two blokes my size, you'd be close, but considering how lightweight and race car it is, that's quite incredible. So we are now here with the V12 Speedster, and fun fact for you, you may notice the FA18 logos all over the car. Well, the reason for that is the car was originally going to be featured in the new Top Gun film, and there was an edition called the Maverick edition, but you guys got to wait till the film to find out what happens there. Anyway, we're going to have a sit in the car and see what it's like inside. So once again, being very careful with the car. Oh. And instantly, yeah, it's a cockpit. I can see why it's like this. It's incredible. You've got very similar interior to like the normal Aston Martin. You know, you've got the very conventional steering wheel, the paddles. Nothing's particularly different there, even to the point where this centre bit's fairly similar. But one obviously key thing is there's no window. There is nothing to protect you. Aston Martin only offer a small lip on the front, almost like an aero blade that you see on such things as like a Caterham or more track focus cars, to divert the wind. But the benefit is, behind your head there is a set of helmets for the driver and the passenger, and also they came originally from the Vulcan, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, we've sat in this, we've had a look in the Vulcan. The Vulcan, what am I on about? I'm thinking about some of the Astons. We've sat in the Valkyrie, we've sat in the V12 Speedster. Let's go around the show and see what else stuff we can find. So to give you guys a clue, this is just some of the cars for the auction. You've got the Zagato Ferrari, the Miura, the Mansouri Veyron, a 360 Challenge Ferrari, a 722 Taycan. I mean, the cars in this auction, if these all sell, it'll be the biggest lot of money ever conceived from one auction ever. By like at least $1 billion. Of the auction, and what better car to have in pride of place than the Lamborghini Veneno. What a car, and what a setting to sell the most appropriate car for this show.
To buy one of the most desirable Lamborghinis, we can start the bidding no lower than $3,800,000. $3,800,000. $3,800,000. We'll start the bidding first. $3,800,000. Thank you very much. At the back of the room. $3,800,000. $3,800,000. $4 million. $4 million. $4,200,000. $4,500,000. $5,500,000. $6 million. $6 6,200,000. The back of the room. Chance to bid elsewhere. You're still there in Abu Dhabi. 6,200,000. 6,500,000. The Lamborghini Veneno at 6,900,000. Last chance to get another $50,000. All it is at 6,900,000. Last chance, all done then at 6,900,000. There it goes at 6,900,000.